Thanks for watching Tim Rich Daily Tax. We get a lot of phone calls and questions that say, why was my tax return rejected? It says my prior year adjusted gross income does not match. So when you file a tax return electronically without using a tax preparer, the IRS wants to verify your identity and make sure it's you filing that tax return. And so what they do is they ask you to look at your last year's tax return and get the prior year adjusted gross income from the Form 1040 and put it on your this year's tax return, and then the IRS will know that it's actually you because you have a copy of your last year's return and this year's return. Sometimes, though, the IRS hasn't processed your prior year return because you filed it on paper, or you filed it late, or you just didn't file a tax return last year. If that's the case and you're getting rejected and you know you've got the right prior year adjusted gross income amount on your tax return, sometimes if you change your prior year adjusted gross income on your current return to zero, and if you're married, your spouse's return to zero also, and you try to file that return, it'll go through. The IRS actually issued some advice this year for filers in 2021 because there was such a big backlog of returns being filed in 2020. Using that $0 AGI for some of the paper returns filed and returns that hadn't been filed yet because of COVID gets those tax returns through this year in 2021. So, key messages. If your return is rejected for the prior year AGI, make sure you've got the right prior year amount. You can always go to IRS.gov and get a copy of your transcript, IRS.gov/transcript. Check the prior year adjusted gross income in your transcript. If you're putting the right amount in, we always recommend try putting zero in there, because if the information is not correct in the IRS e-file database or didn't make it there because of a processing delay, a lot of times putting zero when you file your current year return will get that return through. So for more tips and tricks, click subscribe and we'll get more information out to you as soon as we can. Thanks.